Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop the traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I never figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs.
Good morning, guys. I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to the channel. Firstly, I wanted to just say thank you so much. Genuinely, thank you so much to every single person that watched, commented and liked the video that I posted last week, because I was having a bit of a hard time, and you guys and your comments and your support and your just like genuine like your love that you've given me has been a massive contributing factor to why I'm feeling so much better this week. So thank you, like genuinely, it means so much to me. Like I was so in two minds as to whether or not to post it. And look, there are so many worse things happening in the world, like I'm very aware of that, trust me. The intention of me posting that was definitely not to get sympathy or say, oh, woe is me, you know, anything like that at all. It was just that I was having a really hard time. I felt like I was at rock bottom with the motherhood thing. I felt like it was beating me. And I know that I'm not the only one that feels like that, and you guys have reassured me that that's not the case. It was just a raw reaction to how I was feeling in that moment, and I don't often vlog in those moments because I try and, I don't know, just think things through a little bit before I put them out there. But that was very real, very raw, very like true emotions, and it's just there. And so if you haven't seen it, I had a bit of a breakdown just last week. It was just a hard week, but like I say, all of your comments and stuff and all of your support has just meant so much to me, because it just makes me realise like I'm not the only one that feels like this sometimes. It's really hard. Motherhood is hard. It's amazing, like so amazing, but then you do have those rough patches, and those rough patches can tear you down and humble you. So yeah, I was just having a bit of a rough time, but you guys have honestly like just been so lovely, and I'm so glad I posted it. I was in two minds as to whether or not to do it, and the amount of messages that I've had on the back of that, not least the supportive ones, but also the ones saying, you know, that they're really glad that they watched it, because if they could feel some empathy for me and what I was going through, they can feel it for themselves. And the thing is, there's so many of us feeling the exact same way and beating ourselves up about it, myself included, and the fact that you can see it like reflected in someone else, or hear about stories where other people are experiencing the same kind of thoughts, the same, you know, just grind that is just wearing them down because they haven't had a break. We're all doing it together, but we're just doing it houses apart, and yeah, it's really hard. But the thing is, we've all got this. We genuinely do all have this. I'm saying this right now when my son is at nursery and my baby is napping. Like, I've got the space and the time to think clearly. I didn't last week, and that was just, my headspace wasn't great. So yeah, if you haven't watched that, then maybe don't. I don't know, it's up to you if you want to. But this week I've just been doing a few things to help me get back on track. It's actually the week of my birthday as I'm filming this. It's my birthday tomorrow as I'm filming this intro, but the vlog that you're about to see is all of last week, or like the lead up to now, if that makes sense. So I went to the spa. I had a whole day at the spa on my own, and it was so needed, and I loved every second of it. It was a solo day out, and I really, yeah, just needed to rest and recuperate and just get back in the mindset I needed to get in. Don't get me wrong, it's like not as easy as that sometimes when you're in a rut, when you're stuck in that mindset, when everything's so difficult, and like you return after your lovely break and everything's just as difficult straight away. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not an easy fix, but it's certainly something that was needed. I needed 5 minutes or a day, a few hours, just to myself, just to think about things. And yeah, it was lovely. It was really nice. I went on a solo lunch date as well, so that was really lovely. But yeah, you'll see everything in the next clips, but yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, genuinely, thank you so much. To every single one of you, it means a lot. Like, you have no idea. You have no idea how much it means. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the vlog and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye. Hello guys. Okay, so it is the Saturday before my birthday and I'm heading off for a little solo spa day. And I could not be more excited. I've never gone to the spa like on my own before. I've gone for like a facial once. And I think that was actually my last birthday when I was heavily pregnant with Hallie. I went for a facial and a pregnancy massage, which was amazing. But I didn't go into the spa and have like a proper spa day or anything. I'm really looking forward to it. That was a couple of hours, whereas this is going to be like the full day. It's like 9 AM. I'm going to get there at 10 and then I'm going to not rush basically. So I have nothing to get back for, no schedule, which is so incredibly rare. Like, when do you not have a schedule? Do you know what I mean? As long as I'm back later on at some point, it doesn't matter, which is just really nice because, like I say, it's so rare to just have a little bit of time to yourself. And this is like my birthday treat to myself. It's actually because I got some vouchers for this spa when I went on maternity leave with Hallie from work. So these vouchers were about to run out and I was like, right, it's my birthday coming up, I will go and use them. That's my excuse to go and have a day to myself. And to be honest, I have felt very deflated recently, very overwhelmed. It's all just been a lot. If you watched last week's vlog, you will have seen a couple of insights into what was going on inside my head at the moment. Like, it's just been a very hard time, and you know when you think you're smashing it, something else comes around the corner just to like bring you back down to earth. And you know, like, being a mum, it's just sometimes a thankless task, and sometimes I just feel like I'm drowning in it, if I'm totally honest. And I don't want to be like so negative, because obviously it's literally the best thing ever. I love being a mum. I love it so much. I love it more than I've loved anything ever. But it doesn't mean that it's not hard. It doesn't mean just because I'm grateful for everything that I have, of course I am, wouldn't change it. It's really, really hard. And like, I just don't know how else to explain it. Sometimes I just would love to go on a little spa break on my own and enjoy. So that's what I'm doing today. Obviously I've got a fresh face ready for my facial, which I'm very excited for. I've been using a new Skin and Me treatment. My acne has been mad. I don't know whether it's stress, hormones, changing like medical stuff, because I've had a few like different health things going on, which maybe I'll talk about one day, but it's not for now. But yeah, like, my hormonal acne, or literally just basically acne from here down, has been so bad recently. But since my Skin and Me formula changed, my skin has got so much better. It's still coming up a little bit, but these are like ones that are kind of dying down, which is so much better than what it is, because it's mad how much acne and like skin conditions and like your insecurities affect you. Like, if you feel good in yourself, your day is better. Like, for me, that's always been the case. I don't know if that's incredibly vain or not, but for me, like, if your confidence is up, if you feel good, then I don't know, I just feel like I can attack the day a little bit more. Whereas if I feel rubbish about myself, I'm already starting the day on a downer. Do you know what I mean? But as I say, I'm going to go have a facial. I'm going to get a manicure and a pedicure, which I'm very excited about. I'm probably going to get some lunch there, solo lunch date. I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited. So I'll vlog a little bit if I can when I'm there, but to be honest, again, public spaces and vlogging, it's not a thing that I love doing. But if you've never done a solo spa day, I haven't done it yet, but I already know that it's going to be absolutely amazing. I feel like this is your sign. This is your sign. If you're feeling like overwhelmed, down in the dumps, motherhood's getting on top of you, or anything's getting on top of you, just don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, because that's what I do. I get in my head, I feel bad about things, like I should be able to cope, I should just be like a super mum all the time. And like, realistically, if you're expecting yourself to do that all the time, you're going to burn out, you're going to be on a short fuse, you're not going to have the patience, you're not going to be the best mum you can be. And you are a great mum, so give yourself some slack. Go and have a spa day, or go on a solo lunch or a shopping trip, or if you don't like being on your own, go with a friend, do whatever you need to do. But yeah, go and do it, because you deserve it. Mwah, love you. Right, I'm gonna see you later.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're gonna be, who you're gonna be, who you're gonna be. Because you don't know who you're gonna meet.
Hello guys, good morning. It is Monday morning. You join us at 7:44 and no one is screaming, no one is crying. So I thought I'd get the camera out because let's face it, that's a rare event these days. But yeah, I thought I'd come on and say hi. I'm feeling so much better than I was doing like this time last week. Honestly, it's been like a bit of a rough patch. Like I just don't know really why. Probably like a mixture of things like emotions, hormones, kids' behaviour, you know, people not sleeping, basically everyone not sleeping. It's just so funny, isn't it? One day you'll be having an amazing day in this whole motherhood thing and feel like you're absolutely smashing it, and the next day you actually feel like you're on your knees and you don't know where to turn, and you feel like that's going to be like your life forever and it's never going to get better. And it's just crazy because you can get yourself into like a little mindset like that everything's just terrible, and then the next day, literally 24 hours later, it can be literally perfect, like everything you've always wished for. It's mad, it's crazy, just what these kids do to you, because it's it's all you, Hallie, it's all you. She's just having her breakfast. Can you hear it? Speaking of our George, he is currently in the living room. He's watching a little bit of TV. If you guys remember a few vlogs ago, I was talking about how we did an accidental screen time like ban, and that was still going for a little while. But what we've decided to do now is have very limited screen time, but still use screen time, because frankly, I don't know how to survive without that. Like, I need to just sit down with a cup of tea. What happened, darling? The twirly-woos aren't on. Should I come and see what's happened? Right, okay. So again, I thought I would update a little bit. So the health visitor came over. I think I've mentioned all of that in a previous vlog. The health visitor came over and did like a little bit of a review, I guess, with me and George. Like, I did a little questionnaire. She just observed him a little bit. She's done the same at nursery. And we're going to put in some like strategies in place to help me kind of handle certain situations and to get the best out of George, basically. And so, like, to be honest, if I'm being completely honest, we highly suspect George has got ADHD, and at some point when he goes to school, if that still is something that we think is underlying, then that's something that we'll look into. But at this stage, he's 3.5, he's very young. Firstly, like in my area, I think it's very similar in other areas. They don't look into this kind of thing until at least school age, like 5-6 years old. So there's no point in going down that route. However, there are obviously things that I can do, like strategies and support that I can get for younger kids that basically have like those kinds of symptoms, and have like age appropriate strategies in place at home to help me handle those situations. Because oh my gosh, I struggle sometimes. I really do. Some days are amazing and you get the best out of him, and all of those traits, like those potential ADHD traits, bring out like these amazing characteristics in him. And other days, those characteristics are the most challenging thing ever, and he struggles. He like, yeah, I'm not even going to go into it. I've been into it a little bit. I don't want to like overdo this conversation, but if there's anyone out there that has, you know, a kid that's similar to George, and then you look around and all you see are like, especially on social media, like, don't even get me started, I get so, like, I thought I was like immune to it because I post on social media and stuff. Like, I'm not immune to it. Like, I see things like people's kids like sitting and colouring nicely, like doing crafts, or like playing really nicely, like with one thing, and like having this little game, or like people taking their kids out shopping, people taking their kids to coffee shops and having a little coffee date. Like, that is never gonna happen. That is not my world, and that's okay if that's not your world either, and your kid is like an absolute whirlwind and wouldn't sit down and doesn't do those activities that you see and you think you should be doing, or like doesn't respond well to, I don't know, like gentle parenting, some forms of gentle parenting, or like whatever. Like, you're not alone. Most of the time, George doesn't respond well to those kinds of things either, but we're all out here trying our best, and you know, like, what else can we do? Like I say, I've reached out for a little bit of support, and I haven't had my follow-up like chat with her. I was actually out, but she dropped off a load of stuff when Ash was here, and it was just these like little resources, and I've been using them. So I was just going to show you a couple of them just in case, I don't know, they were helpful, I guess. So it was like this little folder, and it had a few little envelopes in it, and then some now and next cards. So I'll show you like what they're like. So firstly, the house rules. George loved listening to these house rules. So you got the good, yes, these are the things that we want to do, and no, these are the things we don't want to do, and they're all very visual. So George, basically, without me even saying what they were, knew what they were. The ones that mainly I'm like, the things that he does like literally probably about 15 times a day, more than that, a lot, are the shouting and the throwing. Like, honestly, with the shouting, I don't know what that is. Like, he just constantly shouts, but he'll like run into a room and scream, and just like honestly, all the time. Like, I was really surprised he hasn't done it in the last 4 minutes while I've been filming this clip. But anyway, and the throwing, obviously, things at people's heads, things across the room, damaging our furniture, damaging maybe windows, things like that. Like, we've had an incident, oh my gosh, we were at a birthday party on Friday. Oh my gosh. It was a birthday party for a 5-year-old, so a lot of the kids were older, and George was like, it was at a soft play, and George was, oh my god, it was so embarrassing, honestly. He was like stood on something that he shouldn't have been stood on, outside the soft play kind of area, and he had this bean bag, don't know where he got it from, and he was throwing it, and I asked him like several times to not throw it, really nicely. Obviously didn't sink in, didn't listen, whatever. Eventually he chucked it directly at the table where everything was, and all the people were, all the presents, all the like drinks, everything, and there were like 3 jugs of juice. He literally chucked the beanbag, it knocked over basically 2 or 3 jugs of juice, and it went over everyone, other than me and Hallie, because we were on a different table, but that was the main table where everyone was sat, and everyone had just wet trousers, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like, this is awful. And then he got really upset because he saw the chaos that it caused, and he didn't know any of the grown-ups other than one person, so he was like, oh god. So I had to comfort him, but then I was like, I don't know how to like navigate this, because I want to tell you off, but I also don't want to escalate this unnecessarily, but I don't want you to think that's good behaviour. So it's like, it was just a hard one, like, to navigate. Also, you know, it shouldn't be the case, but I was worried about what other people think. I shouldn't let it be that. But obviously, when it's impacted other people, like, everyone's clothes are like wet and sticky now, and it was a hot day, like, wasn't ideal, not gonna lie. So yeah, that was not a good incident. But anyway, like, you know, I don't think he meant to do that, but it's just, yeah, not ideal. The other things are like the now and next. So I've got lots of little cards of like activities, basically things that happen throughout the day, and it's almost like a little timetable that you create for yourself. I think this is how like I think I'm going to use it, and it seems to work because he is quite a visual kid. So what we've done this morning, he woke up and I just made this little timetable of things that we're going to do and in the order that we're going to do it in, and he's quite good at like referring back to it. It's like if I tell him verbally to do something in one ear out the other, like he absolutely doesn't care, like does not care. However, when it's like written down, like he can see it and it's not me telling him and it's like already decided almost, he listened. Like, it's crazy. So these are the little things, the now and the next. However, I then just like did a few of them just because it was obviously there was more tasks than just 2 things that I wanted to do. And obviously where I've got Hallie as well, I just thought if I did lay them all out, then he could know exactly what the plan is for the morning and he could hopefully listen to it. So, and it's actually worked so far. So he had breakfast, brushed his teeth, then he got dressed. Once he'd done all of those things, he got to watch a little bit of TV. So he gets to watch half an hour of TV in the morning, like before nursery or something. Like, considering he normally gets up at about 6, like we do all this, and then we obviously talk, we play, we do loads of stuff like off the cuff, like not, you know, on the routine. But once, basically, when like Hallie got up, I was like, right, like you go, and I wanted a cup of tea and stuff. I was like, right, you go watch a little bit of TV, half an hour. I think it's like 1 or 2 episodes of the Twirly Woos. He's like into at the moment, random thing on BBC iPlayer. And then after he's finished watching that, and Hallie has had her breakfast and everything, we're gonna get into the car, and then we're gonna go to nursery. I couldn't find a nursery one. It's the toys one, but it kind of looks like nursery stuff. So I was like, then we're gonna go to nursery. Cool. And so far, that, like, he's just listened to it pretty much. Like, he's done a few things that haven't been that desirable, but I haven't shouted this morning. Like, he hasn't done anything dangerous or, like, trust me, that is huge improvement. He's followed that really well, to be fair. On the TV thing, honestly, like, since we had that detox, that screen time detox, accidental screen time detox, so we lost the TV remote, it's been very different. Like, I wouldn't say it's all been positive because I have a far less time to do anything where he's not constantly at me, and I think that has worn on my patience. It's fair to say, like, I'm being completely honest with you here, like, it's a lot. He's very demanding all the time. He's not great at independent play, and then when he is independent play and he's causing chaos and mess and breaking stuff, and it's not with his, it feels like he's never playing with his toys. It feels like he's playing with like glasses or cups. And you know what? I know we need to get child locks on the doors. We had them, they broke. We need better ones. Tell me the good child locks, guys. I will buy every single one of them because we need them so much. Anyway, yeah, on the TV thing. So it's his thing at the moment. I'm not saying this is the right thing. It's trial and error, like we don't really know. The thing at the moment is he gets to watch, he doesn't get up first thing and like ask for TV, which is a massive improvement. Like the first thing that he would have done is been like, me wanna watch TV, me wanna watch TV. And he'd always wanna watch something like Netflix or YouTube or something like that, where obviously like it's the constant stream of it. So once you put something on, like, and he would have the TV remote with him as well, so he could like change it, and he knew exactly like how to change it, how to select things, like go up, down. He knew how to use the remote basically. And so when it came to Netflix and YouTube and things like that, he was constantly changing things and like moving things across, and he like, yeah, like I don't know what it was, like he just couldn't stick with one thing for more than like not even 5 minutes, like 2 minutes probably, and he'd just be constantly changing because he had so much choice. I think he was getting really overwhelmed with it, overstimulated. But the thing is, George craves like that dopamine hit of like choice and like, yeah, having that constant like ability to change and flick from one thing to the other. And the TV, or like on-demand TV, was like literally feeding into that. So what we've done now is, obviously we don't put the TV on straight away. Are you okay, honey? Are you okay? Drop some water. So what we've done now is, instead of putting the TV on straight away first thing in the morning like he was asking, obviously we had that detox and then he wasn't asking for that anymore. So we're using it very, like in very short spouts of time, although his half an hour is almost up, so I need to go in a second. Because we're trying to be really consistent with it. That's the thing, like it's so easy when you've had a full day of like everything being crazy to like just let him like chill out and watch the TV for ages, but I want to be as consistent as possible with it. If it works in smaller doses, then that's great. Basically being when we put the TV on, we put the TV on and we put live TV on, so that's CBeebies normally, because that's the only thing I can really think of. Put CBeebies on, because I feel like those things, that they're less weird than some of the YouTube stuff. Like some of the YouTube stuff that he was watching was just so odd, and I just didn't love it. Like I felt, and there were just lots of weird noises, and like you know that monkey, I don't know if anyone else's kids watch this, but like either people gaming, I know, Holly, I get it. It was either people like gaming, like weird little Spider-Man things, and people like running cars off of cliffs and stuff. It was all just a bit weird. And then like there's this monkey that like, people dress up, and then hamsters that they put through little obstacle courses. It was all just odd. I didn't like it. All the sound effects were like crazy, and like it was all just very like high intensity stuff, and it was just, I just didn't like it, and came away from that really like buzzed up and screaming a lot more than he already does, which is not something that I really wanted. But once he'd seen it, it was really hard to like get him off of it until we did that detox. Anyway, so now we're back on to CBeebies, live TV. He doesn't get a choice what's on, which sometimes he hates, but most of the time he just does sit there, he'll watch TV for half an hour, and then when it's time for the TV to go off, he doesn't scream at me, which is a massive like revelation, to be honest. And like the thing is, when George gets upset, he doesn't get out of it very quickly, and so anything that I can do to avoid a proper meltdown tantrum, especially first thing in the morning, like I'm gonna do it. So anyway, that's what we're doing. I don't know if that's the right thing. I genuinely don't know. I don't think that we could do, I don't want to completely be like, right, no screen time ever, because I don't think it's realistic at this point. I genuinely need a little bit of screen time. Does that make me a bad mum? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I don't think it makes you a bad mum if you have your kid in front of the TV all the time to get stuff done. Like I genuinely don't. I just know that in the long run for us, with my kid, with George, it might be different for Hallie, but with George, it really, really, really wasn't doing him any good. And it was making things harder for us in the long run in terms of like his behaviour and stuff. That being said, his behaviour hasn't been the best without the TV either, but it's just been different. It's been a different kind of, because he's trying to find other things to entertain himself, which leads to other issues. But anyway, whatever. We're trying to get there, onwards and upwards, and I feel a lot better than I did in that last vlog that you saw. So, you know, that's all we can wish for, right? Anyway, I'm gonna go get Hallie ready, and then me, George and Hallie are gonna go to nursery, and then Hallie and I are gonna come back, and I've got so much washing to do. So much washing. The garden is a tip. That's not my job though. That's all like stuff from the like bathroom and stuff. And when I get back from the nursery run and stuff, I can show you what the bathroom is looking like, remind you of the before and after, all that jazz. But for now, I'm gonna go sort the kids, and I will catch up with you later. Hello, right, we're home now. I've just popped into the bathroom. I'm gonna show you properly what it looks like in a second. Yeah, like I say, it is not completely finished. And there are, well, you'll see, like there is no bath panel. There's actually going to be a unit going here. You'll see here that the door, from where it was plastered, the door needs some like, I don't know what it's called, like trim or whatever around the door. Yeah, we might even replace this door. We're not 100% sure. There's a few like finishing touches. And like along here we need like the trim along where the skirting board used to go. And a few things need to be boxed in. But everything is functioning, everything works, everything looks great. So I think I'm going to turn the light on so that I can show you the mirror as well, because the mirror's got an LED light. So I'll turn the light on for the bathroom. And yeah, I thought it would be good to remind you though what it looked like before. So here's the before, what the bathroom looked like. It was a very old bathroom. It was like beige, it had lots of cracked tiles and lots of like, you know, it was quite old. I think it had been in the house for at least 15 years, maybe even longer. And obviously lots of people have been in and out since then. The house has been like sold a million times since then. So yeah, it really did need some TLC, and to be honest, a lot of it just needed ripping out and replacing. So this is what the bathroom is looking like now. I love it so much. Everything that we've got is from B&Q, by the way. If you have any questions about anything, it's all from B&Q. Obviously the bath panel will be going along there. He just wanted to give it a few days just to make sure that all of the plumbing was, you know, absolutely perfect, and it is. Everything's working, everything's good. We've got some trim here just to go along the bottom, which needs to be done after this one. I don't know what this is called, but it's just like the thing that he bought for it wasn't long enough, so when he gets back from work at some point he's gonna fit that, fit the trim along there. There is also a unit to go here, and it matches this one. So this is like a storage thing, which I love so much. And we've got another one of those, but a long one to go on this one. But yeah, so this is the sink that we went for. I love it, I really love it. The only thing is, we went for matte black, and the matte black like drainage thing it couldn't fit for whatever reason, so we had to go for silver there, but I don't really care, that's totally fine. And then for the bath, we've got a really gorgeous bath. It's so much more comfortable than the other one. I feel like it's not as steep as the other one was. It's so comfy to lay in. We've got both a actual like handheld shower and a shower at the top there, and then we've just got like the control unit there, so if we turn it that way then that shower comes on, if you turn it that way then the handheld shower comes on, and then that's the temperature. And then obviously we've got the taps and everything there for the bath. It's so nice having a bath in there, and the shower screen is one of my favourite parts. I love that. So much better than having the curtain thing that we had before. I love that so much. I'm not 100% sure what the panelling is going to look like here. I think it's probably just going to be like a standard panelling thing just to go along there, and then there's going to be some like, that has to be like boxed in, all done there because there's a little gap just where the bath finishes. And then yeah, like I say, we've got all of our bits in here, all of our you know, toothbrushes, all my skincare bits, all that stuff, and then also just a few bits in here. This is all like stuff for the bath and the shower, and shampoo, conditioner, like some of my razor bits, and then I've also just got like some white wine vinegar and a squeegee thing just to do the shower screen, because I don't want it to get ruined. I really want to try and keep on top of it so it stays really nice and doesn't get loads of like build up of limescale and stuff. Obviously that's easier said than done when you've got kids, because it's carnage most of the time, but for now it's staying nice and sparkly. I'm also really, really pleased with the colour of this. We actually got it and we didn't like the colour because it had a blue film on it, and I was furious because I thought, because the blue film on top of this basically made it look like turquoise, like a teal colour, and I really didn't like it, and I was so upset. I was like, oh my gosh, it's not what we ordered, it's not nice. It's not that colour. Once we peeled off the blue film, it was actually just a gorgeous colour, the colour that we ordered. I actually put it on my Instagram stories, and so many people were like, are you sure it's not just the blue film that they have at B&Q? Are you sure it's not the blue film? Like, if you peel that back, will it look better? And once I did that, I realised that everyone was right, and I just felt like an absolute idiot. I just looked at it in the box and was like, oh my gosh. And then yeah, once we peeled it back, it was a lovely colour, so there was no need to panic over. I think I'm going to try and organise it a little bit better, although I'm not mad at this situation. I just feel like if I do organise it like to the nth degree and have everything in its exact space, I'm not an Instagram organiser person. Like, I've got 2 young kids, it's physically impossible to keep it like that. Yeah, I don't know. Give me some tips if anyone else has got drawers like that. Like what organisers you use or whatever, or if you're more realistic and you just like chuck everything in and that works fine for you. Like, I think probably I've got a couple of little like tray things. Like, I think that's fine. I think it's fine, to be honest. Back over here we've got toilet. Nothing too exciting with that. Toilet. I've got a few little matte black accessories, like I said. So I've got a little pedal bin to go there. I've also got a toilet brush holder, which is this colour, and then it's also obviously going to have a toilet roll holder there. What else did I get? I feel like I got something else. Can't remember, but it might have been another matte black accessory, but that will be, yeah, dotted around, so the toilet roll will obviously go down here at some point. This little bit here, the like waste pipe thing, needs to get boxed in, which is something that Ashley's going to do, and then there's also some pipes under here that are going to get boxed in as well. Obviously that is a job for when he does the panelling, he'll box those in as well. And then coming along here, we've got the gorgeous radiator. I love it. So we're going to get like a towel rail that just goes along here, and then that's where the towels can go. And obviously when in the colder months we can just have the radiator on, and that will dry the towels a little bit quicker. And then this is the pièce de résistance, which is our amazing LED mirror. I love this so much. And it actually also has a demisting feature. Obviously it's not misty at the moment, so you can't really see it, but yeah, the demisting feature means the centre is demisted all the time. So it's like it must be heated or something, I don't really know. And it means that you can always see in the mirror, even when it's like all steamy and stuff after the shower, which is lovely. So yeah, let me just turn it off and I'll show you properly. The light has to be on in the bathroom for it to work, so it must be on the same circuit or something. I don't really know. And then you turn that on, and then the lights come on, and I'm gonna be able to do my makeup in here. Like, it's gonna be, oh my god, everything I've always dreamed of. So yeah, that is my favourite feature, I think, of the bathroom. So yeah, that is the bathroom, and obviously, yeah, you can see, like, it's a good little selfie mirror as well. Like I say, I feel like this is going to be my space for my makeup, which means I'll probably put my makeup in the cabinet that goes here once that's built. I don't really, yeah, like I say, about organising stuff, I feel like, you know, we don't have loads of things. Like, this is most of our stuff that was in the bathroom before. Before, in terms of storage, we just had like a cabinet here. If you remember, there was like a glass cabinet that had a few like really shallow shelves in, which is where we put everything. But yeah, we're gonna have loads of storage here. Maybe we could put some towels in there. Maybe my makeup can go in there. We'll free up some space in my room. Yeah, it's all good. I love the bathroom. I think it looks so nice, so stunning. You know, obviously, like I say, there's some finishing touches, but all in all, this was all done in, well, a week pretty much. The rip out of the old bathroom took 3 days, and then the plasterer took 2 days. Obviously we had to wait for that to dry, and then the actual fitting of the bathroom where it's at this point took 1 week. So yeah, I mean, where it is in that amount of time, considering Ash isn't an expert or anything, you know, he did an amazing job. Like I said at the beginning, we should not have been here. Me and the kids shouldn't have been here. It wasn't a good choice, but you know, small price to pay for how lovely it is. Right, it's a lot later now. I've just caught up on housework and sorting loads of bits. Me and Hallie went out for a nice little walk as well today because the weather's been like on and off nice. You know, like it hasn't been like boiling hot, but it has been warm. So I thought we'll go out for a little walk. We went for like a nice little 45-minute walk with the dog. That was lovely. Made some dinner. We're having a salmon and like veg pasta bake, creamy pasta bake with cheese on top. So that's all cooked, ready to go. I just need to put it in the grill for like 15 minutes or whatever or probably only 5 minutes to be honest, to just melt that cheese. And that's ready to go. So that's nice and easy. I don't have to like cook when George is home from nursery, but it's pretty much time to go and get him now. So I've actually just like set up a little, you know, the thing that I showed you this morning of his little like timetable, like now and next things, the little symbols. I've just set up a new one for when he comes home from nursery. It's quite long. It's literally from when he gets back from nursery all the way till bedtime. But I'm kind of hoping if it's there, ready for him, like we can just follow it throughout the evening. There's one thing I'm not sure about. I don't know whether to take TV off or not, but it just totally depends on his mood. But I've kind of realised that I can just remove one of these, which is probably what I'm going to do because I've already done the cooking. So what we've got is snack and then playing with toys. I have got TV and cooking, so I figured like he could watch a little bit TV whilst I was cooking, but as I've already cooked, I might just take that one out and then I can slide that back in if needed, if like I feel like TV is needed. But to be honest, if we could avoid TV, I would absolutely love that because dinner's basically ready. Dinner can come pretty soon after playing with some toys and having a snack. Cleaning, which obviously just means like cleaning up afterwards. Then we've got going to the toilet and brushing teeth if he hasn't gone for number 2 at nursery. That is when we will try and get a number 2 to be sorted so we don't have any accidents, because that's something that, oh wow, I'm not even going to get into it. Then brush teeth, bath. I'm trying to do brush teeth before bath, because after the bath he gets really, really cozy and like quite tired and quite, you know, aggy about brushing his teeth. So bath, pyjamas on. Oh, this is the wrong way around. Then reading, a little bedtime story, and then bedtime. So he'll get home. It'll probably be about, by the time we get home, we normally like take a little while to get back. We'll probably be back at like half. Oh, that's my alarm to get in. One sec. Boop. So yeah, by the time we get home, it'll be like 4:30 probably, and then all of this stuff, dinner, everything, bath time, blah blah blah. That'll probably take us up to like 6:30ish. If he hasn't napped at nursery, we'll go to bed, we'll try and like do bath time and stuff and get into his room and have a story at 6:30, in the hope that he'll be asleep by 7. Look, if I'm totally honest, that never happens, but if I start it any later, then it means the whole evening is pushed back later. So yeah, well, fingers crossed that will do the trick tonight, but I'm sure it won't be as easy as that. Never is. But Ash is actually on his way back from work now, so I know that he's going to be around to sort Hallie, so I know that I've got a little bit of time to dedicate to sorting George and doing bedtime and stuff, which makes life a little bit easier when you're not doing it like 2 versus 1 sort of thing, because if Hallie was there as well, we wouldn't be able to do all of this. We'd have to sort Hallie first, which leaves George a lot more time to just run around being feral. So anyway, yeah, we're going to go pick George up from nursery in just a second and then start our evening. I think I'm going to leave it here for today, guys, because I don't think it's in anyone's best interest to try and vlog when George is back. But like I say, things are going so much better, so much smoother since, you know, we had a bit of a breakdown week. And then since then, things have got so much better. Hallie's just had her bottle. Yeah, don't you, Puddin'? You got orange all down, you look. You've got orange on you. You say goodness. You say goodness. Yes, you are. Aww. But yeah, like I say, I think I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Like I say, every comment, every like, every single bit of engagement, and the fact that you're even just watching this video means so much to me. Not just on a personal level, but it means that I get to stay at home with my kids more. And like, wow, like I can't even tell you how much that means to me. The fact that I'm still able to stay on maternity leave with Hallie is everything. She's 10 months old now and I'm still not going back to work, which is amazing. Like, it's so amazing that I didn't think that I'd ever be in a position to be able to afford to stay off work for longer than that. So thank you so much. It means the world. And we will love you, leave you, and see you in the next one. Bye. Say bye. Bye.
'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.